Getting over this hump together. That's me, Evangelist Angie B., Amazon International #1 best-selling author, mother, daughter, sister, friend to some, entrepreneur. Angie B. is a mental health advocate, a motivational speaker, an ambassador for alopecia awareness, and media personality. Hello, everyone. I am the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B., and I'm honored to be here with you, a domestic violence survivor. She has endured physical and mental trauma and shares her testimonies around the world. Recently named by Contessa's Court, Women in Business 2023, we've been over some humps. And we getting over this hump together. Let's get it started. Hey, everybody. Hey. What's happening? It's me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B. I'm buzzing, opening a bunch of mail. I tell you what, somebody asked me tonight to talk about when the bills start rolling in, when the holiday bills are rolling in, and you're like, I spent this much money on who or what or how so, and so if you are struggling with opening up mail and dealing with bills, and you got bills to pay, no, we ain't giving away no money. We gonna pray. We gonna pray together. Welcome to tonight's episode of We Getting Over This Hump Together. Okay, I am your host, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B, and that blanket behind us belongs to Atlas the Wonder Doll. He may or may not come visit us in the studio tonight. We'll see what kind of mood he's in. But we do this show because I ain't the only one with a stack of bills coming in, or a stack of mail, or a stack of something that could be left over from an earlier time, left over from the holidays, left over from the night before and the walk of shame. It could be something in your life that's left over, and you are just really trying to figure out how to handle it. So we're going to talk about that tonight. We're also going to give you some updates on our recent fundraiser that we did for the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. We got the executive director in the background just waiting to come in and tell us the latest. And we've also got a couple, where's my phone? What do I do with it? Oh, yeah. Oh, there it is. We got a couple of text messages that came in, people asking questions about upcoming events. We got someone that messaged me and said, tell me more about the event in Palatka, Florida in March. Okay. So I might as well just play this little video and tell you about it now, okay?
My sisters and brothers, you would want to be there when Jehovah Rapha and the enemy cancer come face to face. Something's going to happen. Be a part of an anointed testimonial conference with teaching, prayer, and just what you need. Oh, look at that name, Pastor Mary Hope will host this testimonial conference on Friday and Saturday, March 15th and 16th of 2024 at 5 p.m. and the final event on Sunday, March 17th at 2:30 p.m. It's all about Jesus and Me Teaching Ministry Incorporated. Come and get what you need to face the cancer enemy. Don't miss your vessel of encouragement. Join special guest minister, Evangelist Tahara, a dance ministry leader, founder of Unique Love Ministries, and lead presenter for Moms in Ministry Outreach Workshop. Join us at 322 North 10th Street, Palatka, Florida. Let's get grounded and encouraged through the inspirational scriptures, Psalms 107 and 20, John 11, 4 through 15, and Exodus 15 and 26, and John 10, 10, with the promise to have life more abundantly. Don't miss this unique presentation. Come and hear special guest presenters, Elder Gunny Williams Jr., and Evangelist Iris D. Miller Williams, Pastor Dr. Grace Miller, Overseer. Apostle Faith Church of Deliverance Incorporated, Fort Pierce, Florida. Join us at 322 North 10th Street, Palatka, Florida. Phone number 904-334-8849. For prayer, vendor registration, and seating, call 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519. Don't miss your blessing. Don't live with regrets. Be there, my sisters and brothers. Phone number 904-334-8849. That's 904-334-8849.
I love it when she said, don't miss your blessing. Don't live with regret. I know you're going to be like, what? Should I go? Should I not? And then afterwards, you're going to be like, I should have went. So yeah, you won't want you living with regret. So we'll talk more about the conference later on in the show. We've also got another nonprofit fundraiser coming up. But right now, I want all of you to get out your cash apps and send $10 to $Evangelist Angie B. $Evangelist Angie B. Why? Well, it's scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. But why? Because the January issue of Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Means Business, the magazine, is now out. It features Dr. Jackie Hadnot. She is a cancer thriver, and her story is just incredible. She doesn't call herself a survivor. She's an overcomer. And we've got hats, and we've got information about the Fresh Book Festival, and the Palatka Conference is in this issue. So this is our largest issue yet. I was looking at it. It's like over 90 pages. I was like, well, maybe I should just find a few more pages to get to 100. I said, no, we'll just work on that for February. But send your cash app to $Evangelist NGB. Be sure you put your email address in there where it says notes, because we email this magazine to you. This is an e-zine. This is a electronic magazine. And so we want to be sure that you get it. It'll come to your email. All I have to do is click the link, and then it'll just download. Okay. $10. Yes, you may share it with others, which means you could just forward it to them. But please let us know. Say, hey, I shared it with 10 people, 20 people, 50 people, because the companies that like to advertise in our magazine want to know, how many folks are receiving it. And I can give them information as to how many people are paying for it, but I'd love to be able to give them actual numbers. So this is the issue that we've been talking to you about that was coming in January. It is now out. If you'd like to send your Bold, Beautiful, Bald Means Business story and pictures for an upcoming issue, just use the email that you now see at the screen, boldbeautifullandbald@gmail.com. boldbeautifullandbald@gmail. You can send us information that we can publish in an upcoming issue. You can send us advertising information, what you want to showcase to our audience, and you can also order a copy. Okay, if you don't want to send the cash app, we'll send you an invoice. You can pay it a different way. Okay, it's just about time for Kiana Long Hargret to come to the stage, because she looks so adorable with her flower in her hair. But you think, somebody said to me, oh, Angie B, you so busy. And I'm like, no, not like Kiana. Kiana participated in our 24-hour fundraiser, and I don't think she has stopped. I just don't. So Kiana, I'm just, let me find this. Let me find, there it is. That's for Kiana. We're going to say that one more time. That's what Kiana deserves. Just a round of applause, because she has just done her thing. So, welcome to the show, darling. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you're coming in loud and clear, and you look wonderful this evening.
Thank
Wonderful.
you. I like flowers. I really do. I like these flowers. You know that.
Mhm,
So, and then
mhm.
I also like that hand clap. That is super awesome. I remember when we did the
Yeah.
when we did it before, and I heard, I was like, oh, I love it so much. I
I,
just
I, I, I try. I try to give somebody, a good feeling about getting grilled because I'm
yeah,
about to grill you. I'm about to
yeah.
grill you. Oh, girl, have you
So
had a
good
chance?
evening.
Good evening.
I
Have
don't
you
know.
had
You
a
say
chance to rest?
yes, and I'm learning to take naps in a day.
I
Yes.
told
Let me
you.
tell you something. A nap will save your whole life.
Mm,
Growing up in Alabama, we had to take naps every day in the afternoon in the summertime.
mhm,
And my
mhm,
bigger cousins would make sure we would took our naps. They'd watch us, and my uncles, they'll sit there to
mhm,
make sure we took our naps because it was
mhm,
important. And now that
mhm,
I'm older, I have to take naps.
mhm, mhm. Because we're up so early. The
Oh,
Lord will wake
y'all,
you up at 4:30, 4:45, and I'll be like,
yep.
"Yes, Jesus, what can I do for you with
True
this hour
story.
of the day?"
Yep. And I'm
And
up.
then,
Like I'm up
mhm,
now. For something in the
yes.
morning, I'm up like I am, like it's afternoon or it's like light evening. I'm up.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. And then you don't want to go to bed at like 6 or 7 p.m. when you're truly tired
Exactly.
because
You will be up. You really
so
be up.
now a power nap, yeah. And I had somebody message us months ago was like, what's considered a power nap? And I'm like, well, the medical folks say anything less than 2 hours, good 45 minutes, good hour. But hey, I just feel like as long as you get some rest during the day, even if it's just sitting and meditating, sitting in the sun, just be still and know that He is God.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm. Hmm. Just be
Yes,
still. Just be
ma'am.
still. Just be still. Okay, so for those folks that are watching us for the first time, tell us briefly about the history of the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association and what you're doing next.
Okay. So the Levi Long Cell Association started in 2018, and it started out as my venture to put advocacy and awareness in areas that there was no advocacy in our area, Central Florida. And so, to my knowledge of learning, there was no advocacy in Volusia County, Flagler County, St. Johns County, Putnam County. Did I say Flagler? I did.
Yeah.
And so then I started that venture. And now last year, I ventured out west. And now I have 3 counties in Orlando, which includes Osceola County, Kissimmee County, and Seminole County. Seminole, Osceola,
Mm.
and Kissimmee counties.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I'm busy. And I want
Mhm.
to say thank you so much because if we do the hand clap to give my newly appointed secretary of my
Ah,
executive board, Miss Angie B, a
oh,
hand.
oh my goodness. Praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord.
Yeah,
When you ask, we just can't say no. I mean, you ask us,
right,
you
right.
know, and I'm honored to help in any way possible. But I can't wait to meet the rest of the board members.
Yes, yes. And so I'm excited. This is a good venture. And actually, I just got off the line on a Zoom with the National Association of Sickle Cell, the National Sickle Cell Association, and all the CBOs were on there that are part. And actually,
Yeah.
we got to talk to the actual distributing company that has put out the actual gene editing therapy medication. Yeah, so we had 1 hour. They're still on when I got off just now,
You
but
said gene editing.
gene editing therapy is a way to I'm talking about help those that are living with sickle cell anemia, which we know is an inherited disease. You are born with it. And
Yeah.
so either you allow the Lord to heal your body or you cope with it, one or the other. You either receive your healing and walk in it, or you cope with it. And if you
Mhm.
cope with it, then that means you have to allow the scientific part of it manifest itself in your body, unless you allow the healing hands of the Lord to do that. So it's
Mhm.
a choice,
Mhm.
one or the other.
So the gene editing. What? Give me. What is all that about?
So I had to take pictures of all the slides so I can study it and read it myself. So I just won't be coming on here giving you what I think it is. So
Mhm.
what let me tell you what they have now. They have locations within 200 miles of each other where they have centers where you can go and have the actual process done. And actually, Joe Biden gave a letter to the National Association in reference to us getting the backing of it. The federal government is behind us on this. And I stated this before. It was always looked at as a black person's disease. When I say it, I mean sickle cell anemia had
Yeah.
always been looked at as a black only disease until
Right.
now the statistics are showing more so
Right.
that Europeans or Caucasians are getting the disease and actually dying
Mhm.
from the disease. So now
Mhm.
it's hitting the cultures that have the sense to
Mhm.
go ahead and make the decisions for the money
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
that sit in. So
And
now they're making it is more of importance now.
I remember when Dr. Evelyn Bethune came on as a guest
I
during
love
one of your 24-hour
it.
sessions,
Hmm.
and she said, she probably said it a little more eloquently than this, but she said, if it doesn't bother those,
Who it don't bother.
then it don't bother them.
It don't
But
matter.
until Rock Hudson died from AIDS and Ronald Reagan was was his best friend, we we ain't even gonna talk about Easy E. I mean, we just gonna talk about those that are in
Talk
power.
about
So
what you're talking about. Yes.
that's what Dr. Bethune said. So I'm grateful that you said our very dear Uncle Joe, President Biden, is
Yes.
behind this. Is that that is wonderful. That is wonderful. Mm.
Yes. And so the slides that I received today and I took today, it talks
Mhm.
about how I want to just share some information with you. Let me just share a little bit. I won't
Okay,
take up
I'm
all the
listening.
time with it.
Oh
Okay.
no, you good because people, I'm still getting messages from people that said, "Oh, I missed the sickle cell thing. Well, tell me some more." And I'm like, "Okay, we're doing updates. We're gonna let you know." I do have to give a quick shout out to Eric Simmons Jr. He is watching and he has given us a heart. Thank you,
Thank
Eric.
you, Eric.
Yeah, I appreciate you, dear. I appreciate you. And I also appreciate Monique Chandler. She messaged me earlier and wanted to know about the conference, and she asked me some other questions. So we're gonna tag her so that she can find out about it, and we're just continuing to share as much information about upcoming events as we can.
Yes.
As we can. Hmm. My goodness.
So the name of the treatment is called Life Genia. Lyfgenia. And I'm blessed to be able to get first dibs and first
Mhm.
notice of it from actually
Mhm.
talking to those that have started this and they are running something called QTCs, Qualified Treatment Centers. And they've given us a map to show us where exactly those centers are located. Right
Mm.
now, of course, there's none in Florida. And Dr. Simone came on, she was on there as well. Her and I are the last two CBOs, community based organizations, that have joined the National Association, and we do work together. And she's
Mhm.
a medical doctor living with sickle cell. She was actually my speaker at my banquet last year in September. And
Oh,
so
nice.
she asked the question, will there soon be a QTC, or Qualified Treatment Center, in Florida, because Florida has the highest rate of qualified um, disease living individuals.
Really?
Yes. And so,
Florida?
yes, 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 ma'am. Yes,
Now, I
ma'am.
know I know you have talked about I know you have continued to talk about how the change in weather, will, affect,
Oh,
whether or
right.
not a crisis comes out. I
Yes.
wonder if people just migrate to Florida because, they're gonna be a little bit warmer.
That's why, yes. I totally believe that is why, yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Except in January when we pull out our turtlenecks.
And then actually, I was on the phone just now with some that live in Wisconsin, Chicago. We have nothing compared to them. If you pay attention to my Facebook page, you'll see it was 60 degrees and I had on a big old snow coat.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yeah.
head was covered because I'm cold.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
used to, because we're in Florida. Florida, we're year round warm. We get a few, bouts of coolness. I won't say coolness.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
January, maybe a day in December, maybe a day in Thanksgiving, winter time, depending on
Wow.
how God decides He wants to do it.
Yeah.
But we don't get cold, and so we only got one more month to see how it's going to work out. Because in March, that's it. You can pull out your dresses and your sandals and your slides.
Yes. Okay. Yes. And
There
your
it is.
sunglasses.
Okay, there go the cold for you. You better
Yeah.
go visit somewhere. And I really want to see snow. I just need one snow day, just one day.
Girl, I'm gonna take you home with me to Detroit.
Okay.
Let me ask my parents first, because they got to turn the heat on when I come to town. I ain't talking about just up to 70. I need them to crank up the heat. But our tour went to Detroit, I think it's been 2 years ago, and we did some awareness. We sold some books, and Laretha came with us, and she was in the winter for the first time in her slide. And so praise God, one of my sisters came, was like, "Here, I got a coat for you." And we were driving.
I got a coat. I thought it was sitting next to me. I got a coat for you.
No, child, I don't know if you really got a coat. But yeah, we're gonna have to make some plans to get you up to Levi Long, and maybe take you over to that sickle cell center that is right on the same street with the church that I grew up in.
I didn't even think. I went to Detroit last year for my family reunion on my dad's side. I forgot. I could have gotten that information and gone to it. Oh my goodness.
Well, girl, I'm telling you, it's still snowing in March and April, so we still got time. This year.
March will be a good month. Yeah. Yep, will be a good month because it's spring break for school people here. That'll be a good month.
Oh, we'll be fine. That will be fine.
People don't even know Canada is only 15 minutes from Detroit. It's right over the bridge.
Got to take your passport. Got to take your passport.
I have to get my passport, or I will not come back. You'll be stuck if we even get over there. They don't play no games. We rode around. I didn't have my passport. My cousins went over the bridge. I didn't, because I don't have my passport yet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll make some plans. I'll talk to
I want to go see. I want to see Canada.
Oh, I just would love to take you to my church, Hartford Memorial Baptist Church, and so you can see history when my home church bought the building that they're in for $1 million.
Okay.
At that time, it was the largest ecclesiastical purchase in the city. It was the largest nonprofit, the largest church. I mean, no other church, nobody that had spent that kind of money on that building. And then over the years, the things that the church has done, for example, when I graduated high school, all high school graduates got a scholarship. It didn't matter. As long as you remember, you got a scholarship.
Oh, yes. That's the church there. That's the church there. Yes, ma'am.
Now, see, when I graduated, it was a bunch of us, so they had to split the money up. I think I only got like $1,500, but still,
that's still a lot.
It's still a lot. Hartford Memorial Baptist Church had what was called an agape center, agape meaning love. Okay. And so they had purchased a series of buildings where you could go and get clothes if you needed them, no cost. You go get food if you needed it, no cost. Okay. If your car was breaking down, you take it to the mechanic. Now you got to pay a little bit something because it's parts and stuff, but the mechanics would take the young people and teach them how to fix the car. That was like their internship. So you could go. They bought a couple of restaurants, like a KFC and a McDonald's. And so if you needed a job, you just went over there. They bought a Kmart, because back in the day, Kmart was, and so if you needed a job, in fact, that's where I saw Kurt Franklin. Kirk Franklin was coming to town and did a CD signing at the Kmart, and I'm just walking in the line. I'm like eyeball to eyeball. I'm like, oh, you are, but you know.
Can't wait to shake his hand.
So it has always been a struggle for me to be aligned with a church that wasn't doing as much for the community.
Right.
You
Right.
know, I understand everybody needs a building fund. I understand, but I and it's probably one of the reasons why I do this show. How can we empower our churches to do more in the community than just raise the offering for the presenter or the speaker? Or, you know, I'm loving the heart of those churches that are really feeding the homeless and helping the kids. I know some of us had to sit still, eat a piece of peppermint, don't fall asleep, just sit there. But there are churches that just don't do anything for the kids these days. And that's a whole nother episode, I suppose. That's a whole nother episode. But yes, I'm going to get you to Detroit. We're going to see the Sickle Cell Center, and I'm going to take you
Yes,
to Heart
I'm
Memorial.
excited.
Mm-hmm. Okay, tell me some more about this gene editing. Is it like we already talked about the bone marrow transplant helping
And now,
sickle cell patients.
and
I
now
don't
this
think
is the gene editing therapy.
how did they
It's an
gonna edit?
interesting. I just made sure I took a picture of all the slides. And so and so like Genia is the medication. Hold on.
Wow. I cannot believe it. Okay, somebody asked the question. Let me see. How are we dealing with these bills after the holidays? Okay, so I'm gonna talk about that while you getting them slides together.
Okay.
I I think right now, first of all, we got to recognize that we cannot go into debt every time a holiday comes around. We just cannot. I don't care if it's somebody in your family and you just got to get them something. Why? Because ain't nobody else gonna get them nothing, or it's something that you just want them to have. Okay, I get that. But then when you have done all you could do in December and you standing in the need of prayer and financial assistance in January, it it don't balance out. It don't balance out. So how do we deal with these extra, financial expenses that are coming through? Well, I was listening to K Love, my one of my favorite radio stations, as I was coming home tonight, and they were talking about mystery shopping, and so I figured I'd share that with you since I too am a mystery shopper.
You are?
Yes, and I love.
Must be one.
Okay, I'll send you the link to Best Mark. I've been with Best Mark for a few years now. In fact, I've been able to take my family on trips to Westgate, Blue Green,
Oh, let's go.
restaurant, and that's why I'm a bit picky, because I'm accustomed to
Hey,
writing
sir.
a full
Yeah.
report and things like that. I'm like, wait, why your ceiling fan look like this? Oh, okay, I'm not at work. But mystery shopping, it's such a powerful way to be introduced to something that you may not have looked at before.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a get rich quick scheme. You gonna go today. It could be 4 to 6 weeks before you see some money. It'll hit your account just when Jesus say you need to have it.
Yes, I
So,
hear
you
you.
know, and some of them, the larger ones, like I said, we did like 4 nights, 4 days, 3 nights at Westgate. You're gonna pay up front, and then you're gonna get reimbursed. But man, I tell you,
It's worth it.
yes, yes.
Okay.
I'm with Best Mark, and I will send you my referral link, and I'm
Okay.
absolutely loving it. Now, recently, my sister and I signed up for Amusement Advantage, and I got a chance to go to St. Augustine to ride the trolley, and that was great. The trolley takes you all over and shows you all.
Yes, we're supposed to do that. Yes, in St. Augustine.
Yes, yes,
Yes,
yes,
we got to do
yes.
that. Yes.
Oh yes. So I do like, and everybody's always talking about these side hustles and things like that. But right now I really have learned so much from my mystery shopping. Okay, Kiana, go ahead. Tell us some more about the slides you got and what you learned from tonight.
Okay. So the
Mm.
Lygenia, don't forget Lygenia. Lygenia.
Mm.
They had us
Mm.
pronounce it online. Lygenia.
Mm.
Lygenia. And so it's the expanded digital presence to help educate individuals living with sickle cell and caregivers. So they have a starter kit. They have Bluebird support. You can
Bluebirds.
connect with a patient navigator. So what this is the actual treatment for the gene editing therapy. And so I told you about the QTC, the
Yeah.
Qualified Treatment Centers. And right now I'm
Mm.
looking on the map. I see them. Let's see how good your skills are. Can you see this?
Treatment center. Oh, it's
Oh
one
my
in
God.
Detroit.
Oh, maybe for the Detroit Center.
That's Detroit right there, girl. We got to go.
Oh gosh.
We got to go. I see it right there in that
We gotta
mitten.
go so I can actually talk to them and
Uh,
give information live, go live and in the
uh,
area.
all right now. You ready?
It
I,
is
I
now.
I got car and I got some coupons for some gas. You ready to?
And I can drive
Oh,
all the hours.
yes. Yes. I ain't see no other place that I really want to go to, but yes, we're gonna go there. So they can go to that treatment center
Yes.
and
When they're working?
get a cure or almost cure or
No, sure. They're gonna take your blood. It's a process. They take your blood and they fuse it out and put it back in. The only thing right now they're working with is because it's $2 million. They are working federally with the different insurance companies. They said they mentioned some they have working good with our United Healthcare, Aetna, and they said a lot of the state Medicaid. So what we have here in Florida.
and with Medicaid, I understand now. I'm not a Medicaid advocate, but I've talked to enough Medicaid patients that they will go ahead and pay for you to get cured for something compared to the amount of monthly prescriptions and procedures they doing with you.
Because it'll
Oh
draw out
my,
the insurance payment.
oh my goodness, a cure.
So it says the Bluebird support. If you are considering a one-time Bluebird biogene therapy, we want to make sure you are supported. That's why we created the My Bluebird support. The Bluebird support is a collection of educational resources aimed at helping you or someone you care for stay informed in the decision-making process. This is real here. This is like Gina. This is real.
Oh my
Real.
goodness.
Now approved, Life Gina. I took a picture of all these slides. I can study them and share my live in a day starting Monday. I gotta go back live. So you
Oh,
all stay tuned. I'll be going back live talking about this every day. Now
I love
approved, Life Gina, the longest studied. Hold on so I can read it. There we
it.
go. The longest studied approved gene therapy for sickle cell disease.
Wow.
A one-time transformational gene therapy that uses the body's own cells to
Wow.
potentially decrease or stop
Wow.
vaso-occlusive events. And I'm talking about vaso-occlusive, that's the crises. We want to
Yeah.
stop the pain. Yes, ma'am.
Oh
Listen to
my.
this. This is very important. No donor needed. I repeat, no donor needed.
You take your own
Age,
blood.
yes, age 12 years or older with a history of vaso-occlusive events. I'm trying to take all my clients. I'll take all of them in a van to be cured.
Come on, y'all.
Designed to allow for the production of enough anti-sickling hemoglobin to potentially decrease or stop vaso-occlusive events. Where's Life Gina treatment offered? Life Gina is only
Mm-mm.
administered at the QTC, Quality Treatment Centers.
Center.
Yep, that's it.
Girl,
So you
where's
see, we
my
have one
button? Let me
Detroit. You saw the
push
map.
my
I didn't see what the other ones were. Yes, it's a reason to get excited now. That's a reason to get excited.
Oh
I'm
my
gonna be talking
goodness.
about this all week long.
Oh my goodness.
I
Yeah,
know wait to get one tomorrow.
send me that map again.
Okay.
Just text it to me. that map. And can you believe that? Can you
can.
believe? I'm with you, Enrico Suave. Woohoo!
Woo! Yes. And
I
I'm
mean,
so glad it's just nobody but Lord, because you invited me to come on today. I had gotten invited to the meeting tonight with the actual, these are the pharmaceutical company came on with us to literally talk about what they're doing and what they've done. I literally got to talk to them on the Zoom to ask whatever questions I wanted to ask them about this.
so they're taking your own blood,
Your own blood, and you're gonna, it's like a flip-flop.
and doing something with it and putting it back in you.
Back into you, yes.
Oh my God.
Let me see you this.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. Yeah, just text me the map. Let me go make these couple of announcements. I'll be right back. Oh my goodness, this is fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. We'll be right back, everybody. The Grief to Purpose support group is back. Join this awesome support group as we move toward healing, deliverance, peace, and joy. Losing is a part of living, and we will walk through this valley together. Presented by Reverend Dawn Michelle Martin, author of Fill My Cup, Transitioning to Your Purpose Journal and Study Guide. For more information, send an email to the RERCincorporated@gmail.com. That's THERERC Incorporated@gmail.com. The Grief to Purpose support group is back. Promotional consideration sponsored in part by NGB Productions. If you
just love the good old-fashioned Southern Baptist gospel hymns, I know I do. I grew up singing them songs in the church choir. I can't get my grandson to listen to my music, though. All he wants to listen to is that Lil Payne or that It fella. Or is it T.I.? Or who is that dark man that's always disturbing the peace with the bad chickens? Whatever happened to good, wholesome, family-based, having strong ethics and morals, good quality, God-strengthening, relationship repairing, in the church praising on the way home from soccer practice, head-nodding, foot-tapping gospel tunes?
I'll tell you what happened to her. This garbage came along. And it's Lil Wayne, Ludacris, and T.I. At least that's what BET and MTV tell me. Oh, this is a nice mix of the two. Holy hip-hop.
That's right. Even the kids know what they need to be listening to. The hottest home hotspot.
When the sun shines, when it rains. Never did a thing, not a thing, but a thing, like a chicken wing. When we flying on, what's that airline? Southwest, with our chicken wings, on the hottest home hotspot.
Haters gonna try to degrade. Gotta be in my state of mind to relate. Gotta know this is the end, it ain't no time to waste. Time to face your fate, and I pray you don't end up in the lake. Do whatever it takes, so many mistakes we make, but we gon' all get it right once we down by the river slide.
And automatics, I'm charismatic like crack addicts. You wreak havoc like road ragers and bad traffic. Against traffic, but he's fantastic and attracting. No attacking, now I'm fasting. Has no passion, how can I get this life everlasting? Sick of blasting and dashing, flashing like Charles Manson. He paid the ransom, now I'm glory holla dancing. I'm flipping the ribbon, they come over lyrical styles y'all never heard. Gotta reach some partners that be on them, clones flipping birds. Forget the English, spit rhymes para mi gente. Buster and Giovanni bringing beats like Pico Puente. Salsa, merengue, ritmos caliente. Azúcar sabroso pa' ti, pa' mí. Heading down to the riverside so I can let the old man die. When I come out of the water, a new man finna come alive. Revive
to you from Favored. Just reaching out to let you know about our upcoming fundraiser, 24 Hours of Favor. And so for 24 hours, we're going to be broadcasting to raise funds for our Life Skills program. It's a 5-week program in which we provide services to parents that have perinatal and postpartum mood disorders. So we're talking about anxiety, we're talking about levels of depression, we're even talking about forms of psychosis that sometimes take place in these individuals' lives. And what we do as a community, taking a community approach, we make certain that we let these individuals know that they have a tribe in which they can turn to help support them in their walks of life as they're pressing through. Won't you make it your business to tune in, join us in conversations, even possibly pledge, right? For $35, you can send someone through a 5-week program. We hope to see you then. We have heard some miraculous information, and we've heard it directly from our on-site reporter, Kiana Long Hargrett. Kiana is the CEO of the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association, and I tell you what, she has attended a meeting that gave us some of the best news ever, and I'm gonna bring her back in just a minute so she could just kind of tell us one more time. Kiana, did you say our president, Uncle Joe Biden, approved?
Yes. Yes, the government. Yes, ma'am. The federal government, through our current president Joe Biden, approved for us to have our gene editing therapy. So it is a way to prevent the vaso-occlusive pain, which is the crises that the sickle cellers go into the hospital and they have. And so with that gene editing therapy, it eliminates those crises. It eliminates it. It is a process, and we're still working on how the pay is, because we're trying to go through the actual insurance companies to make sure they pay it. And with those insurance companies being able to recoup that kind of funding, we know that they're going to pay for it. That's what the meeting about tonight.
Yeah. Can you imagine from the patient's perspective, not having to miss school, not having to miss work, not having to rely on what you've said, those strong narcotics to control the pain, to just be able to live a
normal life like you and I. So we can go to the beach right now. We can just go to the beach. We can just do so many things that those living with sickle cell just cannot do without having the fear in their mind. Oh my goodness, if I do this, I may have my back may start hurting, my legs may start hurting, my arms. And it just happens where their blood cells that start shaped just like that you see behind me, that sickling shape. When it gets like that, they start to clump in their blood vessels, and it causes that vaso-occlusive pain.
I'm ready to celebrate for them.
Yes.
Because I love what you said about it's your own blood. It's not like you got to get a transfusion.
No donor needed. No donor needed now with this. No donor needed. Nope.
God bless scientists. God bless the researchers. I love it. And yes, Enrico Suave said, woo-hoo, I tell you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Enrico.
That is a game changer.
It is.
That is a game changer. We have heard so many stories since we started working together of people that knew they had a trait as a child, and it was just kind of in the back of their mind, but didn't think about it, and then had children either with a trait or with a disease, and I've prayed with a couple of people who said they feel so guilty every time their child goes into crisis. They just feel like,
They blame themselves. Remember last year in our 24-hour fundraiser, one parent, she felt so bad. We had to literally pray for her because she blamed herself for allowing it to happen when it was not her fault.
Right. And the other young woman, beautiful young woman. Well, we all beautiful, but just a beautiful specimen, and said she was never going to have children because she did not want them to run the risk of going through what she was going through. And then we talked to Candy Green, my cute little alopecia sister that I met out in Texas. She has prayed and shared her testimony about losing her sister, and talked about how her mother says she's always going to keep insurance on her kids because it's just too difficult to think about what could happen with no insurance. So right now, you said they're talking to the insurance companies about reimbursing them possibly for these procedures. Well, that's also early to tell. We'll figure that out.
So that's what the meeting was about. Just, everything that's going on. But we see in the map, they already have those centers up. Detroit is one of the ones that's on the map. And I brought my globe to kind of see. I brought my globe because this is my globe. Sickle cell is all around the world. Sickle cell is all over the world. This is my globe. And so in the map we just looked at.
I see right up the East Coast.
You see it? You got the map? Yes.
I do see Detroit, South Carolina, North Carolina. Okay. And then all the way on the West Coast, nothing in the middle of the country. That's a darn shame.
And nothing down south, surprisingly, because we have a lot. Even though Florida, that's why we have so many, because they leave from up north to come here for help from the sun, rescuing them from the wind and the cold.
Wow. This is how we get over this hump together.
Yeah.
We have been praying and fasting. And now, now I have to admit, somebody did send a text and said, do you understand that we're about to lose our benefits from the Affordable Connectivity Network?
So we're fighting for that. In the NAACP meeting I went to, we're fighting for that. We're going to put up a petition so we can fight for that to stay, because that helps so many families. We're going to fight for that. And that's the way we fight. There's a day in Tallahassee I plan to attend where you can go and talk to legislatures in Tallahassee. I've been before and I enjoyed it. So many sickle cell organizations from all over Florida. That's where I met Miami and Pensacola, St. Petersburg. So many legislatures that stand for sickle cell. I met them there. But it's a day in Tallahassee where they talk about the rules and the regulations and legislatures. I just said this in the NAACP meeting. I am 47. Who would have known when I was playing in the dirt, playing hopscotch in Alabama in my muddiest yard, that one day I'll be sitting in an NAACP meeting preparing to go and help, get boisterous and fight for what we believe in and talk to the people and sign a petition, what we have to do to make sure things change for us.
Yeah, we do. And it is this map, the Qualified Treatment Center. It is pitiful. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 locations.
And it's either in one cluster to me. I'm not at all ungrateful. But I'm just encouraging and praying that they spread out. I do. Or we just take trips.
It's time to take a trip.
I need to find out. I need to find out. I thought you was calling Atlas.
No. All right. We're gonna have to get up
I need
there.
to find out, because that'll be worthwhile. I need to find out what are the stipulations for going. I don't think there's any that we heard on this call about going to the QTC locations. You don't have to be, you don't have to live there, you don't have to reside from there, because there's no way, when there's so many people living with sickle cell and there's only 14 you counted.
And I wonder if the process is kind of like when they do dialysis. I understand you sit in a chair and They take stuff out of your body and cleanse it and put it back in. That's kind of what it sounds like. I'm just fascinated. I can't wait. Okay, y'all have heard it first from Kiana, our roving reporter and the executive director of the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association. Our government is helping with the miracle signs and wonders, helping it along. What was you gonna say, baby?
I'm going live at 9. This is breaking news. I'm going live at 9 with the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association with my information to share with the world so they will know about this information.
All right,
I will never be quiet. And I tell other CBOs that those are community-based organizations all over the world that deal with sickle cell living individuals. Trait, and I deal with trait and disease. And so this is record-breaking news, and it needs to be heard and told all over.
And Atlas has come in to hear the breaking news because I guess he realized there was something good going on in here. And I just want everybody to know, and I'm gonna post this and share it. I just want everybody to know, if faith without works. We have had faith, and the scientists have been working, and I even this scripture that the Lord just told me to share. What good is it, my brothers and sisters, if someone claims to have faith but has no deeds? Can such faith save them? What if you got a brother or sister that don't have no clothes or food? If you tell them, go in peace, stay warm, stay fed, but you don't really help them. Kiana, you have really been helping these patients. You're not just telling them, oh, feel better, go get you some pain meds. I know you are at the hospital with them. You are picking them up, driving them there. You're calling and checking on them. When you make a donation to the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association, you don't have to wonder, okay, well, what's going on? Kiana has engagements coming up where she'll be able to apply the testing kits, actually test some people. She only gets 100 kits for the $800 that we've been working on raising. And so 100 people can be tested and get their results right away, just like the COVID test, right away.
Yes.
And now somebody did ask another question. When you test somebody, does that tell them if they've got the trait or the disease?
The trait. If you have the disease, you would have known by now because you have gotten those vaso-occlusive crises. You would have already had them. You would have known. And as a baby, because you're born with it if you have the disease. The trait is not as such. So that's what we'll be testing for.
Okay. And I know it's almost 8:00. We got to get ready to get out of here, but I got to give a shout out to she's saying, I'm gonna be anonymous, but she said, congratulations on the ministry celebration. We had our celebration over the weekend. The mom's in ministry is now 11 years old. The dad's on duty is 10 years old. And I'm even our tour ministry is nearly 15 years old. And somebody was saying, how does ministry endure? How do you get ministry to hang in there? And it's all about partnerships like this with Kiana. This is a part of my outreach ministry. We want sickle cell patients to know that somebody loves them. We care about them. We're praying for them. Kiana may be the one to go to the hospital with you, but I'm the one over here trying to say, okay, what do they need? Do they need socks? Do they need blankets? Do they need, And I believe when you have a ministry and you're doing more than preaching and quoting scripture, which is effective, which is, then you can really give back to the community. Like we talked about at the top of the conversation, my home church, Hartford Memorial Baptist Church. Great work. Girl, they created a credit union. So when we got our first job,
I can't wait to visit.
We've been talking. Wait till I get you to Detroit, girl. Wait till I get you up there.
Let's get it on the calendar.
Oh, yes. Okay. We got final announcements we're gonna make, and then we're gonna get out of here so Kiana can go live at 9, and Atlas can have somebody to pay some attention to him. I guess he just hello Atlas. Hi.
He's so excited. You said, hey.
I know. He is. Okay, I'll be back in just a minute.
The Grief to Purpose support group is back. Join this awesome support group as we move toward healing, deliverance, peace, and joy. Losing is a part of living, and we will walk through this valley together. Presented by Reverend Dawn Michelle Martin, author of Fill My Cup, Transitioning to Your Purpose Journal and Study Guide. For more information, send an email to the RERCincorporated@gmail.com. That's THERERC Incorporated@gmail.com. The Grief to Purpose support group is back. Promotional consideration sponsored in part by Angie B. Productions. If you or someone you know needs help coping with depression, anxiety, or PTSD, overcoming low self-esteem, or managing major life transitions, we invite you to schedule a free consultation call for telehealth clients. Shekinah Downs, licensed clinical social worker, is now accepting new telehealth clients. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483. 50 to 60-minute individual therapy sessions and a variety of insurance plans are accepted. Couples therapy and coaching is coming soon. We invite you to log on to cjaqis.com. Schedule a free consultation by calling 386-385-4483. That's 386-385-4483.
Wow, look at this awesome calendar with books to read in 2024. Each month features an author and their book by Martinez Y. Brown. Look her up on Facebook. She has produced this awesome calendar. There's her contact information right there on the screen. So look her up if you want to get a copy of this wonderful calendar. Also, if you go to the month of October, our anthology is also featured in this book. Nursing is our passion. We can't quit. See that beautiful book with awesome stories from nurses about their challenges, resilience, passion, and dedication. If you want to get a copy of this book, go to author.avalonsd.com. Or you can scan the calendar when you get your copy.
Happy New Year.
Praise the Lord, everybody. It's time for us to get out of here. So I can do some things, some domesticated things, laundry, dishes, things like that. I want to give a very special shout out to everybody who celebrated a birthday this week, including my brand new baby niece, baby Blue Jean, who was born on Monday. You get a real applause, not just a fake applause. Welcome to the world, baby Blue Jean. I can't wait to kiss all over you. Oh, thank you to baby Blue Jean's mama and daddy for sharing the pictures and just allowing me to be in the girls' lives. And shout out to all of her baby sisters, Chicago, Mississippi, and Daytona. You know that ain't their names, but that's what I call them. You know how we family do. We be messing up names all the time. But anyway, congratulations to my family. It's growing. Shout out to Mama Jamila. I know she's somewhere tired babysitting these children. And shout out to Dad. I know he's just holding some little child and rocking them and singing them to sleep. I know that's what grandparents do. So shout out to everybody who had a birthday, celebrated an anniversary, celebrated a divorce, celebrated that the son is coming tomorrow. We keep airing the commercials for mental health care, accepting telehealth patients, and the grief support conferences, because there are still plenty of us that are still dealing with seasonal affective depressive disorder, SADD. There's several of us that are still dealing with it. Yes, I know the holidays are over, and from what I understand, that's really when the sad can kick in, because what we got to look forward to, we had the King holiday, now we just got snow. So if you are feeling some kind of way, and you just need a little bit of support, please, ma'am, please, sir, even if it's your child, kids will come home and they'll tell you when they, want to talk to somebody, or they're going through something at the schoolhouse. So please just don't think it'll just go away, because what if it doesn't? What if it gets worse? And again, faith without works. So this is a part of our work. Shout out to my professor over at Deeper Bible College. Ooh, I'm dual enrolled. I'm cranking through my lessons, and I'm so excited. Okay, Kiana, you want to come on and wave goodbye? Kiana, we're gonna let you say goodbye. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you, and I'll be watching you live at 9.
Live at 9 with the Levi Long Sickle Cell Association, to give y'all this awesome news that I was just receiving on tonight.
Sounds good. Have a good night, dear.
Thank you all for everything. Yes, ma'am. Good night.
All right, good night. All right, everybody, it's time for us to get out of here. If it is the Lord's will, we'll be back on another Wednesday from 7 to 8 p.m., maybe a little bit longer, depending upon what's going on. But please contact all of the folks who you saw that we introduced today, because we want you to be well, to be well. All right. See y'all later. Good night.